Welcome to Business on Air by Microsoft, a podcast where we visit C-suites of Hong Kong to talk about how technology transformed their organization and deliver business outcomes. I'm your host, Victor Chong, Head of Enterprise Commercial at Microsoft Hong Kong. Today, we're speaking to Ted Suen, CIO of MTR. I am sure we're all familiar with MTR, a leading railway operator who's also in the forefront of technologies for many years. In this episode, we will explore MTR's digital workplace transformation, people empowerment with technology, and how they implement new services and their next step for them. So sit tight. Let's get this business on the air. The world is changing rapidly, with lots of technological disruptions. The board and senior management team at MTR aims to have a strategic focus, bringing technology forward to help advance the company further. Since 1979, MTR's corporate strategy, first and foremost, is to help the city develop its communities and connect its people. To reflect back, MTR has been the first to put air conditioning in trains, first one to electrify and put electricity as a power source for their trains, first one to implement Octopus. So it is fair to say innovation is in MTR's DNA. But how do you unleash flexible innovation in a safe environment? MTR creates a sandbox environment, pilot sites, so that you can do a lot of 0-1 innovations without worrying. In the old days, say 10 years ago, it may take days or months to buy hardware, servers, application to actually set something up. It was very costly and time-consuming. But with cloud solutions like Azure, it can be done in minutes. You can really start innovating, especially digitally, quite easily. Thus, cloud has really helped reduce the cost of innovation significantly. What about empowering the employees through virtual communications? Having meeting rooms equipped with Teams devices and a whole integrated solution, including TV and digital whiteboards. It's multi-dimensional. The same meeting can feature a hybrid of employees in different locations and modes of working. Parts of MTR's next phase is to improve customer experience by providing more information to passengers, investing heavily into the MTR mobile app. One of the proactive innovations, for example, is the train loading system at stations. You can see just how busy each of the train carts are and choose to walk to where it is less crowded. So Ted.
Hi, Victor. How are you?
It's an honor to have you here. I'm fine. Thank you for coming.
That's my pleasure.
Look forward to have you and talk to you. So the first and foremost is one thing I'm interested to know as a CIO, what does digital transformation means to you?
Okay. As a CIO, I think digital transformation has quite many different meanings to any CIO. First of all, it's all about the adoptions of emerging technologies in helping the business to transform their business model, either to getting more revenue or to improve their operation effectiveness and efficiency.
How's that journey going for you so far?
I think it's really good. We have been doing this quite well in MTR so far.
That's great. So tell me a little bit more about your digital workplace initiative.
Okay. Actually, we have been embarking on a corporate digital transformation strategy. And actually, ITSD, or my department, has been playing a quite important role in supporting the corporate digital transformation strategy. It comes into quite numbers of multiple dimensions. First is how we can help the company to look into more business opportunities. And second is how we can help the organization to improve their operation and effectiveness and efficiency. Last but not least, is also looking into how to engage our customers, our passengers, and even our employees better experiences.
That sounds really interesting. What do you see? What's different now after you've embarked on this digital workplace initiative? How has the behavior changed at MTR?
Definitely, we see there are a lot of changes so far. The way that our users engaging with each other in their day-to-day operations. And if we look at how we start the digital transformation initiatives, actually, we can look into different dimensions. First of all, we look into how we can help our employees to have or to run more effective meetings or events, and by using different emerging technologies. And secondly, is how we can provide an environment to help us employees to create much better innovation environment. And definitely, this is something that every organization need to look into, because by riding on emerging technologies and how to adopt them can definitely take out some more potential initiatives or potential opportunities from that transformation. And thirdly, is how we can also help to provide a flexible working environment. By looking back at the COVID-19, I think many organizations have transformed themselves into a rigid working environment to a flexible working environment by working anywhere, using any devices, or even at any time. And fourthly, and last but not least, is also providing a smart IT support environment to our users or even to our customers. So what we have done so far, first, we're using different collaboration tools for meetings and organizing events as well, such as Microsoft Teams. We're also using more advanced collaboration tools to enable users to collaborate more collaboratively, communicate more collaboratively, and also by working together in a harmonious manner, such as we're also using Microsoft Hub too. And also when I talk about how we can work remotely, so definitely this is something that we must look into, and we have done quite good so far by enable our employees to work from home, in particular during the COVID-19. Even though nowadays we see the COVID-19 is getting better now, but still I see a lot of people getting used to work remotely from home, or sometimes because certain requirements or conditions, they also have to work from different offices. And also, of course, when I talk about remotely, a lot of people will think about the security. And this is something that we really have to look into as well, not only by giving a flexible environment, yet compromising the corporate confidential or sensitive data or information. And also because people working from home or working at different locations in Hong Kong, NTR, actually we have quite several different locations. So in the past, before COVID-19, people get used to travel from one office to another for meeting, for events. Now, actually, we conduct meetings or events through Teams. And so even with Teams, they work remotely. So how can we support them? So we also launch IT portal for our employees to remotely or to log into how they can get us support by us by logging into some requests, and then we can support them remotely, not physical in person.
So basically, the digital workplace initiative allows you to have business continuity, higher productivity, better collaboration in a secured manner.
Yes.
That's great. So Ted, we know digital workplace is really about driving behavioral change of your staff in MTR. Can you describe how you manage that behavioral change?
Okay. Actually, whatever changes you make to an organization, there are always challenges. Okay. People say it could be roadblocks, but I don't think that is roadblocks. There's more challenges. But challenges always come with opportunities, okay? So in MTR, when we launched the Digital Workplace Initiative back in 2019, definitely it's a new challenge because you are rolling out something totally different, totally new to our organizations. In MTR Hong Kong, we're talking about 18,000 to 19,000 employees. So it's not an easy task to roll out something totally different. But because of the COVID-19, actually it's given us a very good golden opportunities for us to launch the digital workplace initiatives. But of course, when you're talking about launching something, you must have a good plan in place. You must work out a program, campaign in order for you to successfully roll out the initiatives. So when we roll out the initiative, definitely we look into the different challenges. Okay, so in MTR, we have a programs that engage, first of all, to engage our senior executive, because the executive support is crucial to any major changes to the organizations. Executive will be the role model. So when we roll out something new, they should be the first group of people to use the new technology to adopt or to embrace the changes and be the role model, as I said. And secondly, we have to also engage our user and ask them to get involved. Okay, so how we can engage the user and get them to involve? So we have to tell them what will be the changes, what will be the benefits to them, okay? And also listen to them, understand their concerns. Because when you talk about new things, new technologies, quite often people will be reluctant or just afraid to play around with the new technology. So you have to understand their concerns, okay? And then work together with them to get them buy-in, better communication, and training. The more training you provide to them, the more you listen to them, and the more you adopt the changes or to implement a better change program, they will be more easier to get on board with you. So this is the program that we launched. We even asked different business departments to nominate a person or two persons as what we call the IT champion and work closely with IT department, what we have the change agents. So we work closely with the IT champion of each department and then implement the program. And they are the change agent. They are the catalyst and bring the message back to their corresponding user department and also listen to them. So we work hands in hands and have regular comments and feedback from the users. And that is one of the most success factor that that's why we can successfully launch or implement our digital initiatives.
I think a lot of our audience are only just embarking on this journey, so I'm sure they will find your sharing very insightful. Is there anything you would have done differently? Is there anything, now looking back, any advice for our audience?
Yeah, when we implement this, definitely at the very beginning, we know we have to have a change program, but digital technologies is also new things, right? So we look at the change program, then we think about, are we going to use the traditional change program, just like user training, forum? No, that is not the perfect model, perfect change program. So we work with consultants to implement a new change program, which including like gamifications, design thinking workshop, because we also need to understand what they really want to use or what they really want to get from the digital initiatives. Like I talk about the teams, the meetings, the collaborations. So we work on a new change program that involves gamification, as I said, design thinking. We also give them personal experiences. And this is something that I could tell or I could say is some of the very important ingredients for any change program for digital initiatives.
So Ted, what outcome did you achieve with the Digital Workplace Initiative? What are the benefits you saw?
Okay, actually, we have achieved quite a lot of benefit through the digital initiatives. First of all, even though we have been using a lot of emerging technologies to engage our passengers, our customer, such as we have been using a lot of Microsoft digital technology in developing our MTR mobile apps, in engaging our passengers and customer. But more importantly, is through the Digital Workplace Initiative, it also helped us to modernize our branding, our image, that we are real digital corporation organization in using digital technologies. And second is also through the use or through the adoptions of digital technology, it also helps us to elevate our customer, our passengers, and even our employees' experiences, be it in their journey or be it in their working environment. And thirdly, it's also through the digital workplace initiatives, definitely that can help us to improve the operational effectiveness and efficiencies of different business units. Not only on single business unit, it's also through the collaboration between different business units, and that is quite leveraging on the benefit of the digital technologies. Last but not least, it's also help on building a very good foundations for our future innovations and development of different business initiatives through digital technologies.
Technology has to be one of the supplements or maybe a key enabler. Having some early success, MTR really builds on that momentum. This whole digital journey requires leadership, not just from MTR, but from business units, also from industry and government stakeholders. Thanks for listening to this episode. Follow us on major podcasting platforms to stay up to date. And stay tuned on our next episode when we will talk to other C-suites in Hong Kong. Until then, goodbye.
My name is Suen, the CIO of MTR Corporation Limited. You are now listening to Business On Air podcast by Microsoft.